In the morning of September 11, 2001, New Yorkers came to work as usual. At 530 kilometers, 19 of them are about to make the last of their lives to make America change forever. Damian Smith, 25, remembers what happened on September 1, 2001. That day, he was one of 16 CE1 students at Emma E. Booker Elementary School in Florida. Welcome President George W. Bush. I looked up, saw a man approached and whispered something into the president's ears. His face suddenly changed. At that time I wondered what terrible things happened. The image that Smith pinned to his mind was also the historic moment that television recording. It was a scare and astonishment in President George W. Bush's face when Chief of Staff Andrew Card told him about the 1,200-kilometer event that would change America forever. New York, Tuesday, September 11, 2001. Summer is disappearing from America's largest metropolis, home to millions of people from all over the world. The weather is nice enough to distract many people from their daily routine. Not one of them, Lucio Caputo, is always on time. His office is located on the 78th floor of the North Tower of the World Trade Center complex. September 11, 2001, and other changes to the United States too. Two WTC towers stand out on the New York skyline. At 8:46 a.m., a sharp blow resounded. American Airlines' 11th plane crashed on floors 93 to 99 of the Northern Tower. Caputo said when the incident occurred, he was in the office. The tower swaying, sirens sound loud, lights off. People come out of the office and see what happens. Cries and screams everywhere. When I got back to the office, I took some of the things I needed, like a flashlight, a phone, a towel and a bottle of water, and ran to the stairs. This man said that on the run, a friend called and reported the plane crashed into the tower where he worked. When I got down to the 50th floor, I met so many people from different levels. People who came down from the upper floors were very badly injured, Caputo said. Then 17 minutes, United Airlines' 175th plane crashed into the 75th to 85th floors of the Southern Tower. Brother Caputo, along with thousands of people present in the tower at the time, did not understand what was going on. The more they could not know that in 102 minutes later, more than 2,900 people died and the tower beneath them, the symbol of New York City, collapsed completely. Thousands of calls and emails are sent in the last minutes of the historic tower. Those who do not return forever have sent their love message and advised the family to worry about the aftermath, in tears, in despair, and in horrific shock when they did not understand what was happening to their city. No one knows how they died, burned, smoked, jumped off the building as hopelessly as the falling man in the famous photo, or simply waited for the giant tower to collapse. At my feet, the smell of gasoline, heat and smoke from the fires was so great that about 200 people chose to jump from the suicide building to escape them. The memories of September 11, 2001 are always the pain and obsession for the rain and the dust when two towers collapsed, the faces of the hundreds of New York City people walking in and out. Hopefully, carry photos of relatives are missing. Within a fraction of a second, thousands of people turn into victims of one of the worst terrorist attacks in U.S. history. A few hours ago. In Portland, more than 530 kilometers from New York. Moist shimmer in room 233 of the Comfort Inn, Mohammed Etta slowly shaves and shaggy hair. Out of the bathroom, Etta prays with Abdulaziz Al-Amari. Two men carefully checked each piece of paper, placed their hands on the plane ticket, and read the Quran. Lightly watered, wearing a dark blue long-sleeved shirt, black pants, tight lumber, tied tightly to his shoelaces and not forgetting to remind Al-Amari to do the same, Etta set off. He knows this is the last day I saw the sun. 5:45, Etta through the Portland Airport security gate, take a short flight to Logan International Airport, Boston. Here, he boarded the merchant flight of Destiny number 11 of American Airlines, the destination Los Angeles. 7:59, Boeing 767 takes off 14 minutes later than planned. A few minutes later, Atta signaled to Alamari 3 other men and then took the knife to the passengers. After that, they entered the cockpit and mastered the plane. 8H-24, from the cockpit, Atta knows that the situation is starting to get chaotic. "We have a couple of planes, please be quiet, you will be safe, we are back at the airport," Atta said through the walkie-talkie, but quickly found himself in touch with Air Traffic Control Station. Having practiced flying for 2 years, Atta confidently redirected the plane to New York. The Egyptian man is about to fulfill his wish. Living quietly and even crying when an insect is killed, Atta finds out the truth behind his trip to Syria. Ambition to become an architect has buried long ago, now Atta life and death for the truth pursued. He believes 18 other brothers on all 4 aircraft too. 8H-46, aiming straight at the North Tower of the World Trade Center, Atta flew in. He shouted Allahu Akbar before handing himself over to God. New York was immediately put on alert. Officials ordered a blockade of all tunnels and bridges across the city. Any flight across or to New York is prohibited, cancelled or changed. For the first time in history, the United States Air Force, FAA, ordered all U.S. airports to be shut down. Flights on the itinerary are required to make an emergency landing. Security agencies organize evacuation in many important areas such as the White House, the National Assembly Building, the United Nations. Like thousands of other radical Islamists, Atta and his 18 colleagues underwent professional training programs against the West. In their eyes, America is the thorn, the #1 enemy that needs to be destroyed as soon as possible, despite sacrificing life. September 11th terror is the scar forever changed the United States and the world. In a split second, nearly 3,000 people and 19 fatalities were killed. 16 years later, more than 1,000 people have yet to be identified, the United States still struggling in its own war on terror.